Hey, how you doing everyone? This is Lee Gerstmann. I just finished drinking some Taka vodka. Pretty good. What's also pretty good is that I'm doing another record review. I want to give a hey, how's it going? Peace and love and no hippie shit to Nate Atchison. When I asked him what album I could do, he had suggested one by King Diamond called The Graveyard. Now, I heard one Merciful Fate album before, so I have heard some of what King Diamond did, and I've heard of him for a long time because Merciful Fate, they were around when I was maybe when I graduated from high school, so I've heard of them, but I never really heard them and I never really heard him. But I have to say, when it came to the Merciful Fate album, I was surprised at how some of the songs sounded a little more like classic rock style. And the same thing goes with the King Diamond album. I didn't know what to expect, but I would say that he has a lot to do with more of the classic rock sound that I'm into than the more he's not thrash. He's more, I'm not saying he never did thrash because I don't know, but he did. This album's pretty classic heavy rock. And one thing I'll say is I'm going to mention Alice Cooper a lot in this, because to me Alice Cooper and him are kind of like the two guys in shock rock. King Diamond likes to make himself out to be like a devil worshiper and stuff, but in truth, I found these songs, the whole concept, to be sort of like horror comedy. When he talks about Merciful Fate, one album's is called Melissa, another is Abigail, and this is about a lady named Lucy, which makes me think he might be referring to Lucifer. It makes me think he probably was watching The Exorcist with Linda Blair. All he has to do is a dance video with Linda Blair and do, ooh, ooh, devil, come into my carbohydrate diet. Woo! Anyway, I don't know whether he'd do that or not, but let's have me stop this blah blah and get into the songs. Okay, the first song, The Graveyard, that was like an introduction which sounded kind of like a cheap Alice Cooper ripoff. It didn't really impress me that much. And then Black Hills Sanitarium, I liked half of this song a lot, and the other half I don't hate, but it also reminded me too much of Alice Cooper. But then Waiting, now that is awesome. That sounds like something I would have written with Dale Stilson and Black Spotted Thunder if we had continued a little longer. That was a really cool kick-ass song. I liked it a lot. And then Heads on the Wall, for a ballad type of song, this isn't really all that bad. I can dig it. It sounds kind of like Pink Floyd in parts, and then when it got really fast later, it was really awesome. And then the song Whispers, it's just a tiny little weird thing, but it's kind of cool, kind of like a weird little small interlude that kind of makes me think of Queensryche's Operation Mindcrime when they talk about Sister Mary something. I forget what the song is, but you know, they talk about the nun and killing the nun, and it's like he's talking about Lucy, like killing Lucy or some weird shit. But it was like, to me, it sounded kind of an interesting, like, Queensryche sort of thing. And then I'm Not a Stranger. This is another second-rate Alice Cooper type of thing, but I do like the guitar sound, and the guitar solo is great. And then it got better as it went along, so yeah, it was alright. And then Digging Graves. This is a very weird song in a way, but I really like it. And it's sort of like Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden, but even more wicked. It's very cool. And then Meet Me at Midnight. This is also very weird, but it sounds a little bit more filler to me, not quite my favorite. And then Sleep Tight Little Baby. The beginning keyboard sounds like one of my YouTube keyboard videos. The song itself sounds like Pink Floyd's The Wall. It's kind of cool. And then the song Daddy. I wrote a song in our group, Black Spotted Thunder, called Death Trap. And this didn't sound like that, but it was sinister and intense like this. And this is really cool. Well, actually, when King Diamond later in the song says, "You're going down," that does sound like my song, Death Trap. And then Trick or Treat. This sounds like a Lee Gerstmann Pascal Garneau song in parts. It's weird, but really good. And then Up From the Grave. That was another throwaway Alice Cooper thing. And then I Am. This is, in my opinion, too prog rock for my taste. It would have worked better on a Pink Floyd album. But then the last song, Lucy Forever, I like this. It's a cool way to end the album. So I would have to say, hey, thank you, Nate. I may have to check out more of King Diamond's stuff. He has this kind of like weird weird sense of humor kind of thing, like as if he has a sock puppet on his hand that's Lucy, and he says, "Hi, Lucy. Hi there, wanna die?" And he's just, talking about a sock puppet. I know that that's not true, but it seems like he has a good sense of humor, and that he knows about sinister, cheap B movie type of stuff. Anyway, thank you, and that's been my review. Take care.